Today on We Love It Outdoors.
The Wisconsin Crossbow season. This is the first year, 2014, that it's open to the public. And I've got my Excalibur crossbow here, ready to rock one down.
I'm Dan Eigen, full-time guide and avid outdoorsman. These days, it's easy to get stuck inside in a virtual world. But the real world is outside.
Look at that awesome looking fish.
So I challenge you to put your instincts to work, making real memories with real people. Because we love it outdoors. Spending as much time as I do in the outdoors gives me the opportunity to experience lots of places and try many different things. One of my new favorites is actually one of the oldest hunting weapons known to man, the crossbow. Of course, today's crossbows bear only a vague resemblance to the ancient weapons of medieval times. Synthetic stocks, advanced trigger systems, carbon arrows, and high-powered scopes make the modern crossbow a deadly, accurate killing machine. Something I witnessed firsthand earlier this year on our Wyoming antelope hunt when the guys from Excalibur Crossbows showed us how effective these weapons can be.
Nice. That was awesome. Oh, perfect shot. That was a perfect shot. Look at that thing. Look at the eyes on that thing.
Killers, huh? Nice job.
The bulbous eyes.
That is awesome.
After that trip, I decided I had to give the crossbow a try myself, and I plan to this week on a southwest Wisconsin whitetail buck. For this hunt, I'm meeting up with another good hunting buddy, Todd Hess. Todd and I hunted the Minnesota muzzleloader season together a year ago and had a great time harvesting a couple of beautiful management does. In addition to being a great hunter, Todd also brings another key element to the table: in-laws with land in the big buck hotspot of southwestern Wisconsin. And there's nothing better than close relatives with great hunting ground.
Well, I'm all checked into my motel, obviously decked out, ready to hunt. Just about ready to meet up with Todd here and go sit and hunt. But here we are at Todd's in-laws, Larry and Carol's house. And there's Todd right there, all ready to go. He's always ready, this guy. Oh, does it feel good to be back down here?
Nice. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, Todd.
How you been?
I've been really good. How about you?
I'm doing good.
Larry.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, well, it's a beautiful day, huh?
Oh, awesome. Deer moving. Getting lots of pictures of nice bucks. I sent you a couple of them. I don't think it's going to be, a slam dunk by any means, but it's early season hunting. There's a chance that you could shoot a giant, so.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we're here.
I'm just excited to go sit. So.
Yeah, me too.
Like most serious hunters these days, Todd and his father-in-law Larry aren't satisfied with simply having good ground and hoping the deer use it. In fact, this hunt actually started over 2 months ago when we made the trip down to help Todd and Larry plant a few food plots.
It's the middle of July, and we're going to be hunting over these food plots in the middle of September. It just seems to be late, but this stuff.
This is actually, maybe 2 weeks early. Typically we want to put these in the beginning of August, but we've got some wheat and clover, and these will mature in the next few weeks and be ready for us, opening weekend bow hunting, and they'll last all through the fall, so. So this is what we got here. We got a 1/4 acre approximately of what we're gonna be disking up, and Larry's gonna get this thing all worked up here today, and then we'll be planting here shortly.
Voila!
Once the seed is in the ground, Todd and I set up a blind so the deer get accustomed to seeing it.
So this is perfect. I mean, we've got this background. We're gonna probably be wearing black, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, you'll be wearing black and they're not gonna be able to see in there at all.
The final step is to install a handful of quality game cameras so we can get a good look at the kind of deer visiting the food plot. And over the last couple of months, Todd has emailed me some pretty impressive pictures. Before we came down, I stopped at the Mills Fleet Farm indoor shooting range to make sure my Excalibur crossbow was dialed in.
Boy, look at that, huh?
That's impressive.
But it's always a good idea to take a couple extra shots after your trip to make sure nothing gets knocked out of whack during transit.
This should be right in the black. Yep.
Confident the Excalibur is ready, we head for the woods.
Is that a deer looking at us
Anticipation
right there?
is off the charts, and with
Is it?
good reason.
It is, isn't it? Yep, there it goes.
After that encounter, I can't get in stands soon enough. And I have a feeling once we do, it won't take long for the action to start. On the Larry Prissel farm in southwestern Wisconsin, We Love It Outdoors cameraman Kyle Peterson and I are settling in for the first night in stand with the Crossbow.
What an awesome setup. It's just like, can't get any better than this. We're down in southwestern Wisconsin, and on the edge of Buffalo County and Pepin County, and this is buck country like no other in the United States of America.
Early season bow hunting can be tough because there's so much food out there. We've got the corn, soybeans, and so we're trying to give them a little bit of greens to help them attract to the spots that we've got set up, and then also, like I said, the minerals.
We gotta be careful in this stand because it's like this early in the season, there's so much foliage and it's quiet. There's been a lot of rain, so the woods is quiet. It's not very crispy. So I mean, they can be on us from any direction at any time. So it's just like heads up.
The attraction of an early season hunt is a deer herd that hasn't been bothered. This is as close as we get to being able to watch deer doing what comes naturally, and it's quite a show. The young bucks are entertaining, and to be honest, would be quality shooters for many hunters. But Todd is managing this ground to produce trophy whitetail bucks, and it's working. Just take a look at this monster buck his young son took recently. So we needed something a little bigger as a shooter. And as the shadows started to lengthen, he finally showed up. A buck we would come to know as the sword buck because of his crazy headgear. A beautiful 140 class, 4 points on one side and a single tall spike on the other. But instead of coming all the way into shooting range, the sword buck decided to join the party with the young bucks. And our first night with the crossbow ends without a shot.
He got to probably about 70 yards in front of us here. And I was thinking I'd probably take him just because he was a beautiful deer, big deer. But he made the turn and wanted to go show those little buggers who the boss was, even though he didn't have a full rack. But just a beautiful night. And I mean, to see that activity on my first set, that is really encouraging for the next couple days or whatever it takes, but fun stuff.
I'm on my first ever crossbow hunt, early in the Wisconsin archery deer season with my good friend Todd Hess. It's my second evening in stand, and I've got a tempting 8-pointer right in front of me.
What we've been doing too this summer is we've been trying to pattern these deer. We've been putting in the food plots, getting pictures of them, mineral sites, and that's what we're going to be concentrating on. It's a real good opportunity to shoot a real good buck that first few days of the season.
This young buck is a beauty, but not what I'm after on my first crossbow hunt. And I can afford to be a little patient because even though I'm not going to fill a tag here in September, we're coming back in the first week of November, when the rut is in full swing and the big bucks of southwest Wisconsin are most vulnerable. It is now November 1st. We're going to be on stand by about 1:30 is our hope. And I'm going to have my Excalibur crossbow in hand, Scarface decoy out in the field with a little scent near it. And I'm going to shoot a big buck tonight in Wisconsin with my crossbow. While I'm set up over the same food plot I watched in September, Todd is headed for the wooded ridge that is a known high traffic area for does and the lovesick bucks that will be chasing them.
The big 10-pointer that we're going after, he came in here 2 nights ago, right at shooting light. So I got pictures of him up on the top, coming through there in the morning. So he's been using this hillside, and we're gonna get after him. He's a real nice 10. Hopefully we can get him on the ground.
While the early afternoon hours are quiet for me, it's a whitetail parade on Todd's Ridge with bucks on the move. Including the trophy 10-pointer he's had his eye on. The rutting activity around Todd's stand is insane, while a young 8-pointer makes a rub within 40 yards. A big-bodied forkhorn sprints by, hot on the heels of a doe. And right behind him comes the 10-point bruiser. It's a whitetail carnival with bucks and does everywhere, but no shooters within bow range. For me, the afternoon was pretty slow, but as the light begins to fade, the action picks up, and I get to watch two young bucks compete for the same doe's affection. These are moments that keep me climbing trees every fall. It's not the harvest that matters, it's simply spending time in the woods with these amazing animals that makes me a hunter. My two-part Crossbow Wisconsin whitetail hunt has been both thrilling and at times frustrating. Both Todd and I have been surrounded by deer most evenings, and it has been amazing to have a front row seat for both the pre-rut and rutting activity. But despite our best efforts and the fact that we've both been close, we've yet to have a shooter within range. Now, on our last evening, we're both on the same ridge where Todd has been playing cat and mouse with a quality 10-pointer.
Well, it's our last evening at stand here, Brady. We moved the set, and kind of got it in between when we had two stands. I've seen that dandy done several times.
With the shadows lengthening on our final night and the deer still moving all around us, it was time to realize I wasn't going to get my first buck with a crossbow this season. But after spending this much time in the woods with this many deer in close range, how can we possibly complain? You saw 30-some bucks.
Yeah.
We saw, 7 bucks and some does. But
Yeah.
the bottom line is, for anybody that thinks that they can come down here and anywhere, just because it's Buffalo and Pepin County,
Right.
doesn't
hard.
mean you're going to come away with the trophy. So
Absolutely. You know, we don't have an outfitter business. People up and down this valley shoot bucks. It's not all quality deer management, but there is some good quality deer management. And, you know, it's hunting. It's hard. These hills are
Absolutely.
big. We've climbed them.
yeah, we have. And I just want to say thank you very much for your
yeah.
dedication and, you know, from putting the food plots in to putting up the stands. Larry and Carol feeding us at lunchtime.
absolutely.
I mean, letting us hunt this awesome property. So
I think
thank
she's
you.
got lunch for us right now, too. So
I just,
Yeah,
can't say
appreciate
thank
it.
you
Yeah,
enough. And
it was fun.
Southwest Wisconsin Archery Whitetail. You can bet me and my Excalibur will be back because there's just too many beautiful bucks running around these hills to stay away. And there's no question that we love it. Continue this adventure by visiting your local Mills Fleet Farm store or shop online at fleetfarm.com for all your sporting good needs and more. fleetfarm.com.